Hey Aries, welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It is cold and rainy and going to be dark very shortly, so bear with me here. But Aries, we have the bridge, the prayer, the sustainer, and agape. And I don't know why, but like these, I've been using these cards for a few years now, and like they've taken on their own meanings over time, but like the meanings have just really not been resonating with me lately. And the bridge, a lot of times for me, is a warning card, but I went back and I read it. I really do feel like there's an idea here of crossing over a divide, creating connection where connection once did not exist, and really being able to do that because you have an awareness of yourself and an understanding that you want to be able to sustain something healthy. You want, like, you don't, I feel like saying you don't want to fight, which is, just to say you want to build the bridges. Instead of burning bridges, you want to build bridges. Like just this need for movement. It's funny, the other day, an Aries in my life was like, I decided that I had to move, like now, like he's been looking at apartments forever and he was like, no, like now, like it has to happen now. But I feel like that's playing out for you guys, in a lot of different ways, whether it's moving locations or, like building, but it doesn't even really just feel like movement though. It feels like building, building connections, building relationships, building something new that I think there had been a high level of disconnect, right? There was no connection. And it's like now you're wanting to build that connection, so that you're able to sustain something that feels more aligned with you. Okay, Aries. Let's see what else we can get for y'all. Whew. Hope everyone is doing well. Feeling this eclipse energy. Feeling a little drained. A lot going on. Oh, fuck. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. It fell out of the vehicle. Okay. So we have the Emperor and the Moon, the Three of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. Yes, it's this decision that's being made. I mean, the moon is the idea of like following your intuition. Again, I think that has a lot to do with the idea of like just being more aligned with yourself, and having a better understanding of like what it is that you want and why. And sometimes we have to follow our intuition because we'll logically make decisions because that's what makes sense to us, right? But it doesn't always feel right. And I feel like part of what you're doing is building this bridge that connects your head to your heart. Like what do I want and how can I make sense of that logically? Connecting the disconnection, making this decision to really take care of something, and taking a message that says, hey, like this has been a disconnect and I would like to connect it. Okay, Aries. Oh my goodness. It's raining now. It's raining on my toes. Okay, Aries. Page of Wands again. The Ace of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Lovers. Well, I mean, the Page of Wands again, in this deck, it's just kind of this idea of like excitement, just like you're too excited to be afraid to make this decision, whatever decision it is that you're making. I feel like any confusion that had haunted you previously seems to be cleared up with this new truth of how it is that you can build this connection, how it is that you can cross this divide. And the lovers, I mean, the lovers is the idea of intimacy and connection. For a lot of you guys, it could be that you're making a decision to go for a relationship that you had just kind of been a little bit confused about before because you just weren't sure how to connect the dots. Like, how do I make this work? For others of you, it could be that you're just making a choice and a decision to do something that you had hesitated on pulling the trigger on it. Whether that's deciding to up and move to a new place, or deciding that, like a relationship that you had kind of just been backburnering had, like you decide to move forward with it, and to pursue it because it just feels like whatever it is that you're doing it with an awareness of yourself that's allowing you to align with people who are, aligned with you, like the most sincere version of you, not the version of you that's hesitating because of fear or confusion, or like, how do I connect my head and my heart here? It's just kind of like that feels like it's clearing up, which is fantastic. I love that for y'all. Okay, Aries, what else can we get for you? It's funny because like everywhere I look are yellow leaves, and it looks like fall, and then I see and it's just like green. I wanted to share the fall colors with you guys, but not today, I guess. The King of Cups. The King of Cups in this deck is very kind of emotionally distant, like disconnected. Which is funny because now you have the World. And I feel like that's, again, just like what we were just saying, right? This idea of like this disconnect. And this cycle of being disconnected coming to an end because you're able to really build the bridge to engage in what it is that you are really wanting, whether that's with another person or, how that plays out for you, I don't know, but feels good. All right, Aries. The Poet. I mean, the Poet is the idea of finding the good and all of the bad, taking it and turning it into something beautiful. And I feel like any confusion that you had, any hesitation that you had experienced, any disconnection that was there, almost like it's like the framework for the beauty that you're seeking to create. I love that, Aries. I hope this resonates for y'all. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if this does resonate, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.